do it. Them guys don't understand. They do that on the club level fight. Opponents, if they say, yo, I don't want to get knocked out by this guy, so I'm going to come in heavy. They're going to need to fight because they got to take the fight because they got to get the numbers. That's what they do on the lower end. But now, they flipping the strip and doing it on the high end. You know what I'm saying? So that practice, you will start seeing that a lot now. But how we doing it now?
No, it wasn't like he put a whole bunch. They only found specks of that shit.
No. He battery.
No, I get.
Things have gone from bad to worse for Gervonta "Tank" Davis. After the controversy surrounding his last fight ended in a dispute draw, he's now facing an even bigger storm, an accusation from his own trainer of using performance-enhancing drugs, PEDs. The allegation is particularly shocking given Davis's long list of victories, and raises serious questions about whether he may have been taking banned substances undetected throughout his career. What makes this even more surprising is that the claim comes from none other than his longtime trainer, Calvin Ford. The revelation stems from an incident between Ford and Davis following Tank's fight against Lamont Roach, adding another layer of controversy to an already turbulent chapter in his career.
Cal, you gotta calm down and listen to me. Hey, come on now. We're trying to get it. There you go. That's what they do. Stay focused. That was a good.
Tank had never stepped into the ring for a fight without Calvin Ford leading his corner since the start of his career.
It just went down. He just, like you said, it was. We looked at 3 rounds. Brian was calling, yo, I need 3.
For the first time in his career, Tank entered a fight without Calvin Ford leading his corner, and the outcome spoke for itself. However, what stood out even more was Tank's blatant disregard for his coach. During one of the later rounds, when Calvin Ford advised him to be more cautious, Davis abruptly cut him off, shouting, "Calvin, calm down and listen to me." Many in the boxing community viewed this as outright disrespect. One fan commented, "I feel bad for that man. Tank is so rude and disrespectful. He wouldn't be where he is without him."
Boxing, as someone that's had Tank since basically he was a pup and you've raised him as a boxer and a man, what would you like to see Tank do?
I talked about it. He made me do it. They start to see. Promoters know these things. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to, in the words of Floyd Mayweather, I'm just trying to keep the playing field even. That's how he said it. That Floyd said it like that. I'm just trying to keep the playing field even.
And the safety of the sport.
And the safety of the sport.
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like to clear that up. Now also, right?
Another fan tried to put himself in Gervonta Davis's shoes, stating, "If I had someone like Calvin Ford do for me what he did for Tank, I'd be forever grateful. He would never lack anything in his life." Meanwhile, others were far less forgiving, with one person outright condemning Davis's behavior. "Tank is so wicked. I could never be cool with someone like that. He's an ingrate. After everything Calvin did for him, he still disrespects him. And then he calls Calvin his dad." Now, Calvin Ford has finally addressed the real reason behind their split. In a recent interview, he sat down to answer tough questions about the situation, shedding light on what really went wrong.
You know what I'm saying? Tank does that, to get an eyebrow out of people. Like, you know how the Rock, when he put the eyebrow up, and he did get it. That's just like when they...
It's always important to hear both sides of the story. However, if everything being said is true, then Gervonta Davis may be far different from the incredible fighter the world once knew him as. Calvin Ford went on to open up about their fallout, reflecting on the sacrifices he made for Davis. He spoke about his unwavering commitment to the young boxer, revealing that he had been by his side to honor a promise, to fulfill Davis's late father's wish of watching over him throughout his career.
Oh, everything just happened.
Sorry. I feel you, bro.
Y'all get what I'm saying? And that's all I got to just
Sadly, despite his dedication, Ford feels he has received nothing in return for his efforts and has now given up on Gervonta Davis. This seems to be why he has been trying to expose Davis in any way possible. During a live interview, Ford revealed that there's much more to Davis than meets the eye. While the boxer has built a reputation around an undefeated career, an impressive knockout ratio, and a massive fan base, Ford claimed that corruption lurks behind the scenes. He also stated that Tank's biggest weapon isn't just his skill, it's his ability to psychologically intimidate opponents, combined with his raw power in the ring.
Whatever was going to happen.
Yeah, they're getting their excuse ready.
Say it again?
They're getting their excuse ready.
Come on.
When they lose.
Come on. I just know this right now, like, we ain't in the personal game, but again, we sending a message through him for the rest of them. He's playing boxing. They ain't giving him the real strip for Saturday.
Anyone who can resist Tank's intimidation tactics is more likely to withstand his power. This was precisely the case in his fight against Lamont Roach. Davis tried everything to impose his will on the Washington native, but once Roach outmaneuvered him, Tank began to falter and struggled to regain control. A similar scenario played out years ago when Davis faced Isaac Cruz. The relentless Mexican brawler refused to be bullied, pushing Davis to go the full 12 rounds in what turned out to be one of the toughest fights of his career. Now, Calvin Ford has made yet another shocking revelation, claiming that Davis relies on more than just psychological warfare and power. According to Ford, one of Tank's secret weapons against his opponents has been the use of performance-enhancing drugs.
So bad. I heard him so bad where everybody leave out and sit there and say, gosh. Then the rest of them behind this want to think about it. They don't give us our props. We don't want no props. We want to, like, show them this is boxing, right? We're going to show you.
Hey, Coach,
With the help of these performance-enhancing drugs, Gervonta Davis gains a physical edge over his opponents, allowing him to absorb punches in the early rounds without tiring quickly. His remarkable endurance and late fight strength are largely attributed to these substances, which he allegedly takes before stepping into the ring. For some reason, boxing's governing bodies have either failed to detect this or have chosen to turn a blind eye. However, Calvin Ford is now bringing these allegations to light, aiming to expose the truth about who Gervonta "Tank" Davis really is and the questionable methods he has used to secure his victories.
If you go back in history, they did the same thing. That's why Leonard was like, they did the exact same thing. That's why Leonard said, we're the A side. They handle that. Our job is to handle the fighter. The fighter job is to handle the fight. So when he speak about his team, this is team right here.
Calvin, do you feel disrespected right now?
No, I feel disrespected as the shots that he shot, and they kept going with that same narrated from day one. But why you?
Calvin Ford isn't just exposing these allegations. He's determined to bring Gervonta Davis down completely. His goal is to strip Davis of every accolade he has earned and ensure that he suffers a defeat in his next fight, which is just around the corner. Following one of the most controversial boxing matches in recent memory between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. on March 1st, the boxing world has been eagerly awaiting a rematch. With their first fight ending in a highly debated majority draw, fans and analysts alike are demanding a definitive outcome to settle the score once and for all.
We ain't doing that. You go look at Tank all this fight. That was the first fight in a long time when Tank first started. His body was that defined. You got his body look.
It quickly became evident that both camps were eager to set up a rematch, and a report from Sports Illustrated's Chris Mannix confirmed this. He wrote, asterisk, a Tank Roach rematch could happen as early as June 21st in Las Vegas. Both sides are now committed to running it back. Asterisk, with a date and location for Davis versus Roach 2 seemingly close to being finalized, fans have taken to social media to debate which of these elite fighters will come out on top in their second showdown. Many are throwing their support behind Roach, including one ex-user who posted 2 photos from the first fight with a caption, asterisk, Roach is beating that guy again, mate. Asterisk.
I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long will it take?
It's up to the A side.
Another fan posted a gif of a cockroach wielding a lightsaber, an amusing nod to their support for Roach. However, plenty of fans are still backing Davis for the rematch. One fan wrote, asterisk, I thought Roach won the first fight 113 to 115, but I think Tank will make adjustments and win the rematch. Asterisk, another added, asterisk, Roach will be very competitive, but Tank will KO him in the later rounds. Asterisk, the anticipation for this fight will only continue to grow as the expected rematch date approaches. However, before Davis and Roach step back into the ring, the boxing community must address the lingering controversy surrounding Davis's alleged use of performance-enhancing drugs.
Tank want to rematch. Did you let me know now? Did you want to fight Tank again? He said he only do a rematch. Did you want to fight Tank?
100%. It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Okay. They say they want in New York again. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I wouldn't mind.
Now, it's clear why Gervonta Davis so adamantly defended Ryan Garcia during his suspension. This wasn't just a case of one fighter standing by a peer. It was a deeper concern, a reflection of his own fears. While others might have distanced themselves, Davis stood firm, defending Garcia against the entire boxing world. But in hindsight, it seems the support wasn't just about loyalty, it was self-preservation. According to recent revelations, Davis himself has been a dirty fighter, and he may have been worried that his own secrets would soon come to light.
Bro, go look at Ryan fight and go look at Ryan versus Devin, and go look at my fight versus versus Ryan. You can tell that Ryan didn't look no different. If he looked any different, he probably looked worse. He just was a bigger person, much slower,